Oh, thank you for watching this video. This video is for QuickBooks Desktop. QuickBooks Desktop, and our website is newquickbooks.com for QuickBooks Desktop, so you may want to check it out. Okay, in this video I'm going to talk about why is my income from sales transaction not showing up on my profit and loss report. You created sales invoice or sales receipt, and you ran a profit and loss or income statement report, but it's not showing up. So that's the focus of this video. So I'm going to go to QuickBooks Desktop now. Okay, so for example, you created one invoice in here. This is invoice. It's for $10,000, and you'll have, but when you create invoice, you'll have to use item code from item list, and you did, but when you run the profit and loss, this is on the right side here, you don't see anything. It's blank. Okay, so what's the reason in here? Okay, so normally it has something to do with the way you created this item code. There may be other reason, but most likely it always has to do with the item code. Okay, so how you created item code. So you just need to look at the behind the scene. When you create invoices, basically it's a simple debit and credit thing. Okay, so what you could do is you on invoice, and up here you will see reports in here. Okay, so click the reports, and then you need to run the transaction journal from here. Okay, transaction journal from here. You don't have to do it from here, but it's already here. You can also run a report from the, in here from transaction journal. See right here. Okay, so I'm just going to click this transaction journal, and now you will see behind the scene debit and credit. I'm gonna just leave this open. I'll just let you look at it and just figure out what should be debit and what should be credit when creating a sales invoice. Just think about that one. Okay, all right. Sales invoice is basically you're sending to your customer and saying, hey, I provided this service and I'm sending this invoice to you, and you owe me this money, so just pay us. Okay, and the other side should be well, this is my income. Okay, so think about it. What should be debit and what should be credit? Okay, so debit should be your accounts receivable, and your credit should be your sales income. Okay, so in this case, what's happening here is let me see, I can enlarge this here. It's basically everything to do with the journal in here. So this is you will never see this probably if you're not looking at it. You just create invoice, and so this is how it records transactions in QuickBooks. Always it has to do with debit and credit. Okay, so in this case, as you can see here, debit is account receivable, which is fine, and what's credit in here? All right, it says checking, so that doesn't make sense. So this should be the credit should be sales income. So what this tells you is the way you created the item code is wrong. Okay, so you need to go to your item code from the list in here. See the list in here, item code, and item code in here you're looking for is income item code here. Income, just say income here. Yours could be different. It could be sales, it could be service, whatever name you have. This is just a name. Alright, so I'm just going to click here and look at the item. So here's the income item code in here, and just click this one. So as you can see here, under account, it's showing checking account, checking. Okay, this should always be income account. should always be income account. Okay, so you need to change this to income account, although it doesn't say account, so it's kind of confusing. So if this is the service part, this is the service type, you can see it here, but it's just the account, and it's kind of confusing, but this always has to be income account, not other type of fixed asset or bank account or whatever. So it has to be income account. So you basically need to change this to your income account. In this case, I have only labor and material. Let's say you don't want that. You want the this one called it sales. I'm just going to call this sales. Okay, and then I'm just going to save this. Okay, so now you have accounts, sales account, and then just save it. It'll say you change the account service item, all future transactions. It says future transactions. Okay. All right. Would you like also to update existing transactions? Okay, let's think about that one. So do you want to also update your existing transactions or prior transaction, or just the future one? If you say no, then it won't update you $10,000 that went to wrong account. So you just have to say yes. Okay, and I'm just going to close this. Alright, so as you can see here, now the account is sales. It used to be checking in here. Alright, so just close this one. And do you want to refresh this? Refresh this report needs to be refreshed, and say yes. Okay, so as you can see now, it's the I didn't put the name in here. I'll just change this in here. Item list. Okay, let's see in here. Edit name in here. Okay, so sales income. That's fine. Okay. Alright, so it's the refresh this. If you want, you can refresh this. Now it's the sales income. Now let's go to, I'm just going to close this now, and let's see what happens now. So I've got to refresh this. Now here's your sales, $10,000 income on the right side, and it's the same invoice. Okay, so now it's working fine. So this is how you have to see it. You create a $10,000 sales, and to show up on your profit and loss on accrual basis, not on cash basis, because you haven't received the payment on this one. So if you have created sales receipt, then it will show up $10,000 on both accrual and cash. So now it's working. It's working now. So basically, this is how you need to fix this. Okay, so anyway, so this is how you have to work on this thing. Okay, and just in case you said no on historical transaction, exhausting historical transaction, when it asked to list change the income account for that list, then what you need to do is then you need to add another one for the $10,000. Let's say another one in here. I'll just select one account in here, one item in here. Let's say labor, and just say this is $10,000. Okay. Oops. So this is just to remember what was the original invoice amount. Okay, there's nothing to do with it. And then you go back, and you can delete this if you want. So just go back to just delete this. So just need to delete this line. Okay, then we come back and select that income account for $10,000. This is in case you you didn't select S when you did the update. So now you have now this will now you got to delete this line. delete this line. Okay, so now just save it and then it will automatically update it. So save this, save this. Okay. Oh, still here. Okay. So then now you got to refresh this one. So it's still $10,000 still there. So anyway, I think you got an idea what you need to do. Okay, so it's always wrong coding for the income account. That's what happens in here. Anyway, thank you for watching this video. Hopefully this video is helpful to you. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channels. We have free video tutorials on YouTube, and visit our website. And we have two channels, youtube.com/VP Controller, PP Controller. That's the one you're watching right now. And for QuickBooks Online, this is for QuickBooks Online. We also have another channel, youtube.com/QuickBooks QBO. Thank you again. Bye.